Hi, I'm Mark Schweiger from Johnson Motors, and I have Ashley in the vehicle with me today, and we're going to go over some of the MyLink radio setup and use of it. Okay, so the first thing is that turn the radio off and on or to mute. You just will unmute it here. First thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna pair up Ashley's phone to show you how simple that is. So we're gonna go in here to the home screen, and we're going to mute this. And then all we're gonna do is ask Ashley to go ahead and turn on her Bluetooth on her phone. Go into your settings there and hit the Bluetooth, turn it on, select Bluetooth. And we're going to go ahead and hit pair device here. You're going to add a device on your phone. It picks up the MyLink. You're going to tap on that. It's got a PIN number up here. As long as that matches, we'll hit yes. And your phone is pairing up. So now you can set your phone down. You're already synced up with everything. Shows you this is Ashley's phone. Now if we go ahead and hit the button over here, it's going to bring up our menu. And we can see here by hitting the contact button, all of Ashley's contacts are going to show up. So if she wanted to call somebody now, she could just tap on that. And it would bring up a single number or multiple numbers that you could select for that individual. It also, if you hit the recent calls, it'll show you calls that she's made or missed. If you wanted to keypad a phone number in to call somebody, or if you're doing like an online transaction or a phone call that you needed to put a PIN number or something in there, you can go ahead and put it in using this screen. You can also go to your voicemail. It has her voicemail number. She could call it and check all her voicemails. The phone button is her phone. Now you can pair up to 10 phones in this vehicle, but only one of them is active at any one time. And you could go ahead and select, if there was multiple phones in here, which phone you wanted to use. The voice button on the far side is if you wanted to call somebody in her contact list. She could use the voice button here or the voice recognition
button. Say call
button.
Followed by the number or contact name. Speech session ended. Goodbye.
And she could hit either one of those buttons and just say call, and however that person is in their contact list, and it would call them. Very simple. We'll go back to the home screen now. Your audio system. You can again also use the voice recognition with the audio system. You can go ahead and press the button on the steering wheel and just tell it you want to listen to 106.5.
Say a command or say help.
I want to listen to 106.5.
Tuning to 106.5 FM.
It was very simple to change your radio station. You don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel or worry about where everything is. You just hit the button. Works the same way with AM or XM. And matter of fact, on XM, you just, if you want to listen to, Octane or Highway or something, you just hit the button and say, I want to listen to the Highway, and off it goes. So let's say if you wanted to, 106.5 is one of your favorite stations, you can go ahead and just press the button here, hold it, now it's saved. Pretty simple.
It is simple.
The other thing is, if you're not driving in an unfamiliar area, you can go ahead and hit the browse button, and it's going to bring up all the radio stations that are available. And you can swipe up and down in there and pick a different radio station. We were listening to Sunny. Or you can use the drag bar over here Or if you know one of the stations, it's highlighted over here, you can just tap on that. That'll take you to that area. If you want it to change on your radio station, FM, XM, AM, you can do that simple. Or actually, you use your iPhone quite a bit for music, right?
Yes.
So if you wanted to switch over to your iPhone, you can just tap on the media, and there's your phone.
And it even fills in the album art.
Yep, so you can see that. The other thing is you can use your voice activation. Let's say, I don't know how much music you have on your phone, but let's say if there's a certain artist on there or whatever, you can hit the voice recognition button and tell it to play that artist.
Let's try that out.
Say a command or say help.
I want to listen to Journey.
Play Journey. Is that correct?
Yes.
Playing.
That's really simple.
So, I mean, depending on how you use that radio, you can just switch things around. And again, if you want to go back to the radio, just hit your radio button.
That's so much easier than shuffling through 50 CDs to listen to whatever CD I want to listen to.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And if you had a specific song, you can, again, push the button and tell me what song you want to listen to. So you can do it by category or genre or by the artist. Makes it a lot simpler than the old-fashioned way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else? We're going to go back to the home page. The phone we talked about already. Now this icon here on your home page says nav. Well, this truck really doesn't have navigation, like the map will show up on it, but you do have your own star turn-by-turn navigation that's available for you. If you went in there and hit the button and told OnStar where you wanted to go, they're going to download those directions to your truck here and route you through, tell you every turn, and also it'll show up right here on the screen when you're coming up to a turn. It'll tell you which way you're going to turn, how far it is to your turn, and when you get to the turn, you're going to hear a couple of beeps. That kind of tells you you should be doing it now.
Now, how much is that if I wanted to try that out?
It's free for 6 months, and after that, there's a subscription, and there's a couple different plans you can get into. The other thing is on the Driver Information Center, and I'll just touch on that briefly, you can turn that with the 5-way controller switch here on the steering wheel to navigation, where those turns are also going to show up there in front of you. So if you don't want to be looking over here, they can actually show up right there in front of you. And when you get there, or if you get to a point where you know where you're at, you can always hit your voice recognition button and say cancel route, and that turns that off so you don't have to listen to it anymore. Back onto the radio, we'll touch real quick. We talked about storing favorites. The other thing that you can store in there is you don't have to just store radio stations. You can store those contacts out of your phone in there to make it easier if you want one touch and dialing to call those people you normally would call it maybe while you're driving.
How many contacts or how many favorites do I get in this vehicle?
You get 60.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of radio stations. So you can, like I said, also store a cell number or a home number for somebody, or both. And you can go, actually, once you store something, you can go in there and rename it so it makes it a little easier, or even the radio station you can rename. Let me kind of show you or walk you through that. Let's go into your contacts, and let's say we'll go to your home. How about that? Let's see, we'll tap here until we find home. So you got your home number in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit the button here, and we're going to drag this up. And let's say I want to put your home number right here, so I'm going to press and hold and go back to home again. Nope, wrong one. There's home.
Okay.
All right, Ashley, let me show you how you would store your home number in the vehicle if you wanted to call home while you're out driving around or whatever. You go ahead and bring up your contacts. There's home. You're going to drag this up to get to your presets. You're going to tap on and hold where you would want that placed. And then all we have to do is tap on home, or you can actually just tap on the menu button, and that saves it. So now when we go back and let's just go into the radio just to kind of show you, there's your home number right there. So if I wanted to, or you wanted to call home while you're out driving around, just tap on the home button. And so there's 2 or 3 different ways that you can use functions on this radio. You can use the speech recognition, push it and say call home. Does the same thing. So kind of is designed that whatever you're comfortable with, you can use.
I like that.
We'll go back into here. Now, there's also a way if you have multiple numbers for a person that may be in your contact list that you can store multiple numbers, or if, I'm just looking through your contacts real quick here, I'll see if
Somebody named, my friend Ara has a few different contacts.
there's ours. So you can kind of see, it kind of gives you an indicator that there's multiple contacts, not just one number. So if you picked hers, you got a bunch of different contacts. Same thing, you can go in there and save that, one of her contacts. And after you've done that, what you do is, if you wanted to save multiple ones in there for her, you're going to go back into your favorites, and I can show you how to rename that. So let's say we wanted to save one of hers. I'm going to drag this up, and I'm not sure which one's which. We're going to save that here. And which number would you like to store for her?
The second one.
Now that's stored. So we're going to go now into your settings. And these are shortcuts up here, just so, and you can have anywhere from 3 to 5 shortcuts. I just jumped into the settings because it's already up there as a shortcut. Hit radio, manage favorites. Now you have your home number and R up there. If you wanted to name that, whether that was a cell number or home number, you can go in and tap on it to highlight it. And say you want to rename it. You can go ahead and make that whatever you want now. Just type it in there.
Oh, wow.
And then just hit back, and now you know if you wanted to call her, you just reach over and tap that button.
That's really easy.
The other thing that's kind of convenient, you know, sometimes you decide you want things in a different place. You can see you got 15 favorites showing up there now, and as you add favorites, more will show up on up to that 60. But if you thought that work was more important than 106.5, you can go ahead and click on work and just slide it over there and save it however you want it. You can organize that the way you want.
That's really neat.
The other thing with your favorites, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to the radio to kind of demonstrate this. You can see you have 5 showing up here. You got your home 106.5 R work. You can see the 2 dots here. That kind of is like your iPhone, you got multiple pages.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either drag this up to see more favorites, or you can swipe it, and that'll bring up your next 5. And that's all that's available right now until you add more.
Okay.
So this way kind of doesn't block your screen as much as bringing them up does. But again, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Questions?
Well, you mentioned the shortcuts, and I was wondering, you know, if I don't really want to use the settings very much, how I can, you know, is there a way for me to get rid of that? And you know, I do use Pandora a lot. Is there a way that I can make
absolutely.
Pandora a shortcut?
We're going to go back to the home screen. And you're saying you don't really don't want the settings there. So I'm going to press and hold on settings, and now I can take and just drag that back out of the way.
Oh, wow.
If you want Pandora up there, and then someone's already kind of changed this around a little bit, but say you want Pandora back on your home screen, you can take and drag that back over there and place it here. But I can also take and drag that up there as a shortcut for you.
Wow, that's great.
And then you seen on the other page you also had OnStar. We can take and put that back on your main screen if you want.
To have everything on one page, that would
You
be
can have
really
everything
nice.
on one page. So now if you want, you can just tap on Pandora and off it'll go. But remember, if you're using Pandora, you're using data on your phone plan.
Okay. And let's just make sure it says press home to exit. So, and now they're saved.
Everything's there. All right, we talked about the natural voice commands. I want you to try a couple of them. So Ashley, what do you think of this MyLink radio?
I think that's really easy to use, and I can't wait to take home my new 2014 Silverado.
Well, good. I hope you enjoy it. I do want you to know that if you have any questions or if you want to stop back, if you get into some things that you're not really sure about, please call me or set up an appointment. We'll get you back here and we'll go over some of these features again just so you're comfortable with them.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.